A very good evening. It's Sunday the 25th of March 2012 and welcome to a brand new edition of Weekend Primetime News. I'm Arundhati Mudannayaka. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines tonight. Sandhya Eknalikota says she did not go to Geneva to betray the nation. Mahamodur to receive a temporary special baby care unit. Tea factory owners advised to minimize the post-harvest loss during the festive season. And Aung San Suu Kyi falls ill on the campaign trail. Now the stories in detail. Sandhya Eknalikota, the wife of missing journalist Prageet Eknalikota, arrived in the country today following a tour of Europe.
මම ජිනීවා ගියා 19 වෙනිදා ජිනීවා වල සයිඩ් ඉවෙන්ට් එකක් තිබ්බා හවස 4ට. මේ සයිඩ් ඉවෙන්ට් එකේදී මං අතුරුදා ලංකාවේ අතුරුදාම්
I went to Geneva to attend a side event held on the 19th at 4 p.m. At the occasion, I spoke on behalf of those who have disappeared from Sri Lanka. Douglas Ikumaratna asked me how I was a victim when I came here smiling. Then several Muslim representatives told me that they knew what happened to my husband and told me that I had come to betray the nation. They harassed us. This is not a trip that was undertaken to betray the nation. They should produce my husband. They're not doing so. I am doing this for him. However, they claim that I am betraying the nation. I have accomplished my duty to a certain extent. I met with officials of the CAT committee as well as officials from the Committee for Missing Persons. They said that they will continue to focus their attention on this. They also noted that they will inquire about the matter from the government and put pressure on them.
අවධානය යොමු කරමින් ඉන්නවා කිව්වා. ඒගොල්ලන් ඒ අය මේ රාජ්‍යයට ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ බලපෑම් කරනවා කිව්වා. ඒගොල්ලන් රාජ්‍ය නිතරම විමසනවා කිව්වා මේ ගැන.
Meanwhile, speaking at a function in the Polonnaru area, Minister Mervyn Silva expressed views on Sri Lankan journalists who have travelled overseas.
The so-called journalists must remember that if their parents lived here, if they were separated from their mother's umbilical cord in this country, they must change their mentalities if they wish to live in this country. They should not bow their heads to dollars. They must not conspire against Sri Lanka in Geneva. If they betray this land, they will face the consequences.
Meanwhile, journalists complained to the acting Minister of Mass Media and Information, Lakshman Yapapewardena, at the media briefing on cabinet decisions recently that a certain group was carrying out a hate campaign against journalists.
As you are the subject minister, we need to make a complaint to you regarding a problem we are facing in our lives. The problem is that the state-run independent television service is at present carrying out a vindictive campaign against various individuals from various fields, including journalists, both in the country and abroad, spreading hateful opinions about them. These are baseless and, as you said, a violation of media ethics. They have also made statements about me. What they are saying is that measures need to be taken against me, alternate measures. If any harm is done to our lives as a result of the actions of Sudhar state media, then as our minister you will have to answer for that. I am making this complaint to you as the president of the Working Journalists Association.
Yes, if you have a complaint, then tell me. If you have a personal problem...
It is not personal. It is harmful to others as well. Actions like these are also harmful to the government.
There are two sides to this, even on your side. I'm not one who likes to censor. Now, there can be self-censorship in any instance on behalf of the country. This freedom is being used to attack people and assassinate the characters of people. There is freedom for that as well. The private sector also has that freedom. The state sector also has the freedom to do some things. What I am saying is both sides should exercise self-censorship.
If we are to consider what you are saying, then we must consider that in the past 5 to 6 years, 20 to 30 journalists have been killed in Sri Lanka. Still, the culprits have not been identified and justice has not been served. Media organizations have been burnt down. There have been abductions and assaults. Limbs have been broken. Hasn't the failure to catch those responsible led to the continuity of this? For the charge to be levelled at the government continuously?
The media has complete freedom in this country. No one can deny this. There is more media freedom than in other nations. I don't know, but maybe on your side, the owners of media organizations may be saying publish this and don't publish that. But there is no problem from our side. We have not created such problems from our side, be it from us, the government or the Department of Information. There may be minor problems. I will look into what you are saying.
Now you have said that the media does not have the right to use vindictive language to incite people against anyone and thus make those people the prey of fanatics. So this cannot be done. These are being used to make baseless statements that they are connected to the diaspora and the LTTE. The other thing is they carry it as part of the news. This is a serious factor. There's no problem with supporting government policies, but this is very low.
I will take responsibility for that. I will take action. I will speak to them today. If there is anything, let me know.
Politicians continue to express their views on the resolution which is adopted on Sri Lanka at the UNHRC in Geneva, as well as international pressure on the country. Here are some of the views expressed at various political platforms.
The world is saying that mistakes were committed when we ended the war. They brought a resolution against us and 25 nations voted against us. 8 countries abstained from voting while 15 others supported us. They are saying that they did not lose without any shame. What is this talk about 24 and 23? They are counting the countries which abstained from voting and are saying that they lost by just 1 vote. They are not speaking the truth to the nation. It is only when they do so that the people can take the next step. How can you continue to deceive the public? A war is a war. It is not a social service. We cannot expect 100% justice from it. There has been no war where this was seen, and there will be none in the future as well. The most important thing is that the war is over and we have arrived at a very important juncture. This is a golden age in our country's history. We cannot bear the thought that attempts are being made to destroy this. We should not provoke anti-Indian sentiments. Don't forget that during the months of April and May in 2009, all those South Indian forces rose up against us. But the Indian central government helped us to destroy the LTTE. We only want to emphasize one thing. Use it as a process of showing protest. We know that expressing such views are similar to throwing stones at a hornet's nest. We knew this. The American supporters have become rattled. Some ministers in the government support this view. For instance, Basil Rajapaksa supports this view. Let us bring the economy to such a level where we would prefer to use local goods rather than use foreign goods.
Senior Minister Dr. Sarath Amarugam expressed these views yesterday on how to respond to the resolution on Sri Lanka passed at the 19th session of the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva, Switzerland.
We can give a good response to Geneva if we consume rice instead of flour, if we use treacle instead of sugar and reduce consumption of sugar, and if we use cow's milk instead of milk powder. Please turn towards local products. I am also appealing to the police not to trouble those who are fermenting treacle.
Police station.
I will not speak of toddy here because that will incite the Hello Rumaya, but please let the people in this province make some jaggery. Let them make some treacle. I see no wrong in that. There are a lot of illegal things happening in this country.
Leader of the National Freedom Front, Vimal Veeravansa, says that the government should rectify its mistakes by considering the fair criticisms levelled at the government by the general public.
We should bring this issue before the public and seek their verdict on it. If the government attempts to face this issue alone, an opinion might form that the people do not support the government. In order to face this challenge, we must show that the people and the government are one and the same. The government should implement more people-friendly policies. We should take immediate steps to accept the fair criticisms which have been levelled against the government and take steps to rectify these mistakes. We will be able to face this challenge only if we take such wide-ranging actions and keep the country and the people united.
එබඳු බහුවිධ ප්‍රවේශයක් මේකදී අනුගමනය කළොත් තමයි රටයි ජනතාවයි එකට තියාගෙන මේ අභියෝගයට මුහුණ දෙන්න පුළුවන්.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa today declared open the main entrance of the Valukarama Mahavihara in Colombo 3. The main entrance of the temple has been adorned with a dragon pandal.
The event was held to commemorate the 93rd birthday of the Most Venerable Agamaha Pandita Bellana Jnana Vimala Thera, a chapter house constructed with financial aid from the chief incumbent of the Vati Indara temple in Bangkok, Thailand. Venerable Pasuttapon Thera was also declared open parallel to this function. President Mahinda Rajapaksa, who also participated in a puja ceremony at the Vihara's relic chamber, obtained the blessings of the Mahasangha. Meanwhile, President Mahinda Rajapaksa also visited a photography exhibition by Sudat Silva, the director of presidential photography.
Up to date, the special baby care unit of the Mahamudra Hospital in Galle, which recently experienced a spate of infant fatalities, remains closed. Health Ministry officials note that steps will be taken to establish a temporary special baby care unit at the hospital.
Spate of fatalities occurring recently in the special baby care unit of the Mahamudra Hospital, the Ministry of Health decided to temporarily cease admitting infants to the unit. The unit was temporarily shut down for renovation activities after the children receiving treatment in the unit were taken away. On the 12th of this month, the report compiled by the committee which was appointed to look into the recent infant fatalities at the unit was handed over to the Ministry of Health. According to the Director General of Health Services, Dr. Ajit Mendis, steps have been taken to establish a temporary special baby care unit which can accommodate 8 infants until renovation work on the unit which has been closed down can be completed.
Pregnant mothers from all over the southern province come to the Mahamudra Teaching Hospital to give birth. There should at least be a temporary special baby care unit at such a place. At present, patients are being transferred to hospitals in Karapitiya, Kalutara and Matara. Therefore, we decided to establish a temporary unit until renovation activities can be completed.
Dr. Ajit Mendis added that the Ministry of Health took speedy measures to rectify the issue in Mahamudra.
There is a tender procedure. We had to obtain permission from the Secretary to carry out these activities. The Auditor General is eyeing us from one side and he will reprimand us if there is an issue with the tender procedure. I can say that the Ministry has taken speedy measures to solve this issue when taking all this into consideration.